Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today in this tutorial I am going to be teaching you how to make a granny square. This is going to be a super beginner friendly tutorial, so I will be repeating lots of steps. I will be trying my hardest to show all my stitches, and I'm going to try to answer any questions in the comments, and I'm really excited. You can use this tutorial. If you don't even know a thing about crochet, I will be teaching you how to attach your yarn to a hook multiple different ways. I will be teaching you how to chain. I will be teaching you how to make a magic circle multiple different ways as well. I will be teaching you how to double crochet, and I will be teaching you how to make a granny square. I do want to make a comment though. My first project was a granny square and it took me 3 hours. That might just be me, but it might not be me. You might take 3-4 hours to make a granny square too. So that is just a warning. Crochet takes patience. Crochet, at the beginning, your tension isn't going to be that good. Maybe your tension is good actually. You never know. I wish I had my first granny square with me right now and I could show you, but I don't. But for the materials you need in this tutorial, I'm going to be using worsted weight yarn. And I'm also going to be teaching you in chunky yarn too. You might want to do one of each. But look at how pretty they are. I love this yarn. I haven't really used this yarn yet, but I'm going to use it for this tutorial. And I've used this yarn before. Doesn't matter if you used it or not used it. You're also going to obviously need crochet hooks. I got mine from their tulip Edimel hooks, however you pronounce it. I don't recommend it if you're a beginner. They're really good and I highly recommend them. They're pricey though, they're pricey. You also need scissors. I'm sure you have scissors lying around your house. You need less, like $5, $10 to start crochet. You can go to the dollar store and you can go pick up a yarn and a hook if you don't want to commit that much. And then you can go to the dollar store and you can go grab yarn and a hook. You don't need a hook set. There's hooks there. They might not be the best hooks, but there's hooks. And if you get really into crochet, then I recommend starting to invest. What I did when I first started crocheting, I bought like 4 balls of yarn and a huge bag of stuffing. I love it now, but I didn't start actually crocheting until a year after I bought those things. So you never know if the money will go to waste or you'll actually use it. We are going to get into this tutorial now because this intro and materials list is getting really long and it's not even supposed to be that long. Okay, we are going to get started with the worsted weight yarn, and I am going to be using a 4.5, if this camera will focus, a 4.5 millimeter hook for this yarn. I wish the camera would focus, but I am going to be teaching you how to make a slip knot first. There's 2 different ways. You're going to want to grab your yarn. Let me put my hook down. You don't need it right now. And then you just cross it over. Okay, you cross it over, and then you see this little loop that you just made an X with. You put it in, and then you have this. You pull in the loop, it tightens, right? You're going to want to put your hook in there. And then you're going to want to pull, but don't pull too tight. You see how I didn't pull too tight and it's still kind of loose? Like, I feel like a lot of people would just go like, strangle it. Then you have a harder time getting your hook through it. The problem with this slip knot is when you pull it, there's a knot. You see that knot? This is a slip knot most people use. Like, I'm stuck with that knot now. There's nothing I can do. It's highly unlikely I'm going to be able to get that knot out. I'm not going to try. And I will do it one more time. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to make an X. You can always replay the tutorial too. X. Put the little tail through. Tighten it a bit. Put in the hook. Pull lightly. See? Then to remove it, you pull. That's what you do if you don't want the slip knot. That's a way to avoid getting this little knot. the way I like to do it a lot of times, I put my hook just like that. And this isn't very secure, but then you twist it. You just twist it, and it's still on your hook. It still works. Like, if I do some chains, it's still gonna work. Don't chain with me, by the way. This isn't part of the tutorial. But it doesn't leave that knot, is what I'm trying to get at. So you can either twist, but I feel like it's a little harder to control your tension with this one for beginners. And, you know, to not like lose it, because it can just unravel that easy, and then, oh no, before you actually start doing it. Or you can make the X, oops, my X is falling. Make the X, fold over and inside, and then tighten a bit, put your hook in, and then pull. You want to be careful though that you don't do it that too tight. You can do it either way. I don't want that knot. I don't want another knot in my yarn. Those are the two ways to make a slip knot that I use. And then I'm going to teach you 2 ways to make a magic ring. I'm going to teach you the way that I hate so much, and please don't do, but you totally can do, but, you know, don't. It has a higher chance of ruining your project if you make a big project. I do recommend the second way. I am going to show you the first way, though. This way, so many beginner tutorials learn this way, and I feel like this is some of the 3 hours it took me to make my first granny square is the stupid magic ring. Like, I haven't even done this forever because it's so stupid. So you want to go like that, and then you're going to, so just put it across, okay? Then you're going to want to go there, make a little X on your fingers, okay? And then you're going to want to go under the first loop, grab that one. Okay, then you take it off your fingers. And then you have this little magic ring. I made my tail way too short there, so I'm going to tighten a bit. And then you would just, you know, do your chains, do all your double crochets in the magic ring. You know, I hate this way. I hate it. And then to close the hole, you pull it. And then look, you have no more hole. The problem with that magic ring is it can come undone if you don't weave in your end properly enough. Your project can come undone, any project, if you don't weave in your ends. So I am going to be teaching you at the end of the tutorial how I weave in my ends for the worsted weight and for the chunky yarn. I'm going to show you how to make that magic ring one more time. You know, so you make the X. See X, go under, over, twist, pull, and then you have this circle. You would do whatever stitches you need to do in it, like chain 2. Don't follow me right now though, unless you want to make this, but just follow the magic ring. Don't follow the stitches I'm doing. And then you pull, and no more hole. Look at how secure that looks. I don't like this one. I've lost projects to it. You can do it. You cannot do it. I've lost projects to it though, so I don't do it anymore. It might have been because I used to be really bad at weaving in my ends, but you'll never know. And the tutorials for this, people just overcomplicate it way too much. You don't need to use all 5 of your fingers and spend like half an hour doing it. Like, that's the easiest possible way you can do the magic ring. And then, well, not the magic ring, magic ring. And then the way I like to do it, first I make a slip knot. Remember, you can make slip knots 2 ways. You can make it by twisting it, or you can do it by making, you know, cross, then going under and through, insert your hook and tighten. You can do it either of those ways. It doesn't really matter. I like the twist method though, so I am going to be using the twist method. With this method, you really want to make sure you don't lose the yarn. So I do recommend the X method. So I'm going to use this one. I recommend that one for beginners. Gosh, I can't see my yarn. I'm going to recommend the X method for beginners. Remember, cross, insert, pull a little bit, insert your hook, tighten but not too much. Make sure it's still loose. We're going to start off with this, and I'm going to be showing you another way to make a magic ring now. So what you're going to do, you're going to wrap the yarn around your hook, and then another way that's super easy, you grab the first loop on your hook, which is your slip knot, and then you take it over and you pull it through. That's a super easy way to do it. We are going to chain 3. Remember to keep your tension loose. 1, 2, 2. Oh wait. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. I forgot to mention, a lot of times I don't count the first chain as a chain because I get rid of it. So that's 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to chain 4, just so the hole's a little more visible for what I'm showing it to you guys. I recommend chaining 4. So what I am going to do now, in case it wasn't clear to you how to do a chain, you yarn over, and then you can grab this part. It's a little easier than struggling to do that. It can be a lot harder for beginners. Then you can grab your first chain and you can pull it over. Okay? In case you're having a hard time holding your hook, there's multiple ways you can hold your hook. You can hold your hook like a pencil, or you can hold it like a knife, which, like, I do the knife hold. I wish I didn't though, because I'm pretty sure it does cause more wrist pain. I've seen people talk about it. There are speculations, but that's why I have wrist braces. And make sure to do wrist exercises, guys. You don't want to have to, like, have wrist pain. Trust me, I can do a video on wrist exercises I use, which has really helped my wrist pain. I do use compression gloves too, but they, like, suffocate my hands, so I really recommend doing wrist exercises. So we are going to chain 4. We just did our slip knot. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, since I do not count the first chain, I'm going to chain 5. So now I'm going to count 1, each of these little V's, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to slip knot into that 4th chain away from our hook. Okay, we're not going to go into 5, we're going to go into 4. So place your hook through the V, okay? Place your, oh my gosh, I'm missing. Your hook through the V. And then there's 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over. Remember, you can grab this yarn and then you pull it through. Okay? And then you're going to do that one more time. You're going to grab the yarn over and you're going to pull it through. Now we're going to pull the tail and it's just going to tighten like that. So now you have this weird looking triangle. Since we chained 4, it's a little bigger, but when you pull it apart, you will see that little hole in the middle. Do you see that little hole? If you do have a stitch marker, let me grab my stitch marker. If you do have a stitch marker, I highly recommend you use one while doing this tutorial. It will help you, okay? It will help you. It will definitely take up some space, but it will overall help you. So you have your little circle thing. You're gonna open it, look for that little hole. we are gonna start round 1 of our granny square now. We just finished assembling the magic ring. We used the chain 3, chain 4, chain 2 method, whatever chain you want to use. I really depends what project I'm doing, how big I want the hole. I usually go for chain 3. I feel like chain 2 is too small. And then I do chain 4 when I want to make sure I can really see the hole and find it better. Like, you see it right there? Like right in the middle there is where we're gonna go. I'm gonna place my stitch marker in there so it's easier to identify. I don't usually do this, by the way, but I am gonna do it for the purpose of this video. So you have your stitch marker. If you have one, it's not a necessity. You could even use a safety pin, literally anything, a needle. Oh my gosh, my pin's stuck in my hook. 1 second. I'm so bad. Sorry. You could literally use a safety pin, anything for this. But you see where I inserted the clip, the safety pin? Oh my gosh. Sorry, I forgot that what they were called for a second. But I inserted it into the middle. You can keep it there or you cannot. I am not gonna keep it there, but that was to help you guys try to identify where the middle is. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we are gonna be doing a chain stitch again. I hope you remember how to do a chain stitch because we're gonna be doing it a lot. So you're gonna yarn over, you're gonna pull this loop over. So you have 2 chains before you pull it. Pull, and then boom, you're building your stitches. You're gonna yarn over again, grab the one that's on your hook, pull it over the one you just yarned over. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time. This is a chain. We're gonna yarn over, and then we are gonna pull it through. Now we have 3 chains attached to our magic ring, which is not really magic ring, this is a fake magic ring, I think people are calling it. But, you know, it's still a magic ring, which I don't get why people are calling it a fake magic ring. I love this magic ring so much more. It's so much better. I've probably mentioned that at least 100 times. Now we're gonna be starting on our double crochets where we're gonna be actually working into that. So first, we're gonna yarn over, and we're gonna insert into that center space. Okay, this is gonna be harder if your tension was really tight. If it's too tight and you have a really hard time struggling to get your hook through the hole, I recommend you go back in the tutorial and you remake the magic ring either using the chain 4 method or the X method. Okay, so then you yarned over and then you inserted your hook into there. Okay, let me take it out real quick. Keep it inside if you already did, but you're gonna yarn over and then you're gonna look for that middle part and you're gonna insert your hook into there. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna yarn over again. You're gonna grab only the middle part that you just pushed through, okay? Only the middle part. And you're gonna put it over just that one hook, okay? Oh my gosh, I totally did that wrong. And I pulled it through 2 instead of just the 1. There you go, it's good now though. But then you're gonna have 3 loops on your hook for the remainder. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna yarn over again. You're gonna grab 2. You're gonna grab 2 of these and you're gonna pull through. Now you're gonna have another 2 loops on your hook. And you're gonna yarn over and then you're gonna pull through 2 again. Okay, I hope that was clear. We're gonna be doing more double crochets. So if you didn't get that, you can either go back or wait until I do the next double crochet and continue. We are going to do 3 double crochet clusters total. So that means 3 double crochets before we move on to the next step. The chain 3 we did at the beginning of the round. is going to count as a double crochet because it is the first of the round. So we have 2 double crochets. We need 1 more before we make the corner. So we are going to yarn over. We're going to look for that space in the middle where we put the last one. We're going to insert it, and then we are going to grab the yarn, grab the middle, and we are going to pull it over, okay? Now we are going to yarn over one more time. We have 3 loops on our hook, and then we yarn over and have 4. We're going to pull through 2 of the loops on the hook. So you can either pull through or you can grab those 2, which is going to be easier for beginners, and pull it over. Then you're going to do that one more time. Yarn over, grab 2, pull through the 2. Now you're going to have 1 hook, and this is what it should be looking like. It's fine if it doesn't look exactly like this, but you should still have the 3 double crochet clusters and the 3 double crochets there. It's fine if it doesn't look exactly the same. You are a beginner, remember that, and your tension isn't going to be the best. Now we are going to work on the first corner of our 4 corners. So for this corner, we are going to chain 2. So we are going to yarn over, grab, pull through, yarn over, grab, pull through. Okay, we just chained 2 from our 3 double crochets, and now we're going to do 3 more double crochets. So we are going to yarn over, then we're going to look for it. I'm going to look for that little gap where we put everything. We're going to insert. Okay, then we're going to grab some yarn, and we're going to pull through. We're going to have 3 loops on our hook. Okay, so we're going to yarn over, pull through 2 of them, yarn over. You can either pull or you can grab. Remember, go through 2 of them. Now you have 1 more double crochet. You can see this corner forming. We are going to continue doing that all around until we meet back over here. I will walk you through it though. We are going to yarn over again to finish this cluster, insert into the middle. We're going to grab the yarn and we're going to pull through. Remember, you can either yarn over, grab the stitches and pull them over, or you can yarn over, pull through with your hook. Grabbing the stitches are easier though. I just wanted to remind you, because I'm not, I'm pulling through, but it was really hard for me to pull through when I first started and I was grabbing. It took me, I think, at least like 1 more project to learn how to do that. But yarn over. You're going to insert 1 more time into the middle before we make our corner. Insert. Yarn over again. Pull through. You're going to have 3 loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2 of your loops, yarn over, pull through 3. I'm going to give everyone a second to catch up, just in case someone's behind. So right now we have 2 double crochet clusters and 1 corner. Now we are going to chain 2. So remember, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, okay? And then we're going to do another cluster of 3. Okay, this is going to be our 3rd double crochet cluster forming our 2nd corner. We're going to yarn over, insert. The hole should be starting to get more visible now if you were having a harder time seeing it earlier, since you've been working into it. You're going to pull through. Oh, I had a hard time there. The hole might get tighter as you go, but it's fine. Then you're going to yarn over. You're going to pull through. Make sure you're not working with this yarn, by the way. Try to put it aside. Make sure it's long enough to weave in after. I should have stated that earlier, but I will write a text in the video probably. But you want to make sure that's long enough to weave in. If not, that's fine. Mine wasn't. But you should. We're going to yarn over and pull through our last 2 loops one more time. And then we're going to make 2 more double crochets. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through the middle. Oh my gosh, I lost my thing off my hook. That's okay. This gives me the opportunity to show you. So, do you ever accidentally lose your hook and then you're like, oh no, my stitches, I lost them. Oh no, what do I do? You're going to want to find where that yarn's going. You're going to want to try to pull that up. And you are going to look, be like, okay, what stitches did I lose? I lost the double crochet I just did. Okay, so then you're going to do it. Yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and you fixed it. You know, it's fine again. And then you're going to continue on. Yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over. You're going to have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have 2 double crochet clusters, 1 more left. We're going to yarn over, and we're going to insert, and we're going to yarn over again, pull through that middle part, and then yarn over. We're going to pull through 2, and then we're going to have 2 more on our hooks in our double crochet, and then we're going to yarn over, pull through 2. And look, you can probably see your square coming together. Look, isn't it so pretty so far? It's half a square. Now we are going to continue the pattern we've been doing, and we are going to chain 2 to make that corner. Okay, now we are going to make 3 more double crochets. This is going to be our last 3 double crochets for this round, because we have 1, 2, 3, which will give us 4 corners. So this is going to be one of our last double crochet 3 clusters. We're going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's our first double crochet. We are going to yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through 2. We'll have 3 more loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over. Yeah, so now we have 2. We're going to yarn over, insert for our final double crochet of this round. Yarn over, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to give you a second to catch up. I might be faster than you. I'm trying to go pretty slow for you guys, but I'm still going to be faster than you if you are absolute beginners. So I want you guys to know you're very welcome to pause the tutorial and go back. You know, I can try to make more in-depth tutorials for each individual step. I can make more in-depth tutorials for that if you'd like to learn, or other patterns. Okay, now that we've completed our last 3 double crochet cluster, a cluster is when you have multiple stitches in the same stitch. It can also be called an increase if you're increasing your work, but in this case it's called a cluster. Now to make our final corner, we are going to chain 2. And then you're going to look and be like, well, now what do? I have no am I going to go in again? No, don't work into the center again. We're done working into the center. You're going to look at your project and you're going to be like, oh, I have my 3 chains I did at the beginning here. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3. You have your 3rd one right at the top. You are going to insert your hook into that 3rd one, and we're going to be doing a slip stitch. Like when we made our magic ring at the beginning, we are going to be making a slip stitch. That is if you use the chain 3 magic ring. Okay, so you're gonna insert it into that chain. You're gonna insert at the bottom, so you'll have 2 loops there, 1 loop on your hook, so 3 loops total on your hook. You're gonna yarn over, grab the yarn. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, and then you're gonna pull through that last loop on your hook, and you've completed your first round of your granny square. Isn't that awesome? That's so exciting. Anyway, so now we should have 4 gaps in each corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have 4 gaps, that's awesome! You did it. If you only have if you have more than 4 gaps or less than 4, you might want to go back, and because you probably messed up a bit. You know, I'm really sorry if you did, but I did mention at the beginning, crochet takes patience. It's all worth it though if you perceive through. Just remember, not every project you make is going to be perfect at the beginning. It's about trial and error, and I promise you it will all be worth it if you make through. So now we're going to start round 2 out of 4 rounds. So we're going to yarn over, and we're going to be chaining 3 like we did at the beginning of round 1. 1, 2, 3. So you see this last corner space we made, we are going to be turning our work. So it's like this, and then we're going to be turning it. So we're looking at the back now. One more time. So we chained 3 after doing our slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 of this, and then we're going to be turning our work. Now we are going to be doing 2 double crochets into the corner. It's a lot bigger space to work with, which will be nice, you know, if you had a really hard time finding where to put your stitches in the middle. Okay, we are going to be yarning over, inserting, pulling through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now we've completed 2 out of the 3 double crochets we have to do in this space, so we're going to do 1 more, yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we are going to do our chain 2 because we are going to be making a corner. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And you're going to see the length that adds to your stitches per each of these corners. Since this is a corner stitch, we're going to be doing a total of 3 double crochets in it, 2 chains, and then another 3 double crochets. So to continue, we're going to yarn over, and we're going to insert into that same corner space. We're going to grab some yarn, and we're going to pull through. Then we'll have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Then we're going to yarn over, do that 2 more times. Insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you'll have 2 double crochets, and you can see the corners starting to form. In every corner space of every round, we will be doing this. We're going to do 1 more double crochet. We're going to yarn over, insert, pull through, well, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. And then you might be wondering, oh wait, I think I know what to do. I know how to get to the next stitch. We're going to do a double crochet and insert. Wrong! You are not going to be doing a double crochet. To transfer to that, since it's not a corner stitch, or you might be thinking to change 2 to get over there. Whatever you think, it might be right, it might be wrong. I'm not going to tell you. But we're going to be chaining 1. Since we're not doing 3 double crochets in a corner space, we're going to be chaining 1. So we're going to yarn over, pull through, we're going to over, and we're going to do a double crochet cluster of 3. We're going to insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over. We have 4 loops, and we're going to pull through 2. Then one last time, we're going to pull through 2. Okay, and now we're going to do that 2 more times to complete the double crochet 3 cluster. Yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, insert, pull through 2, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We have a 3 double crochet cluster. You can see that we made another stitch. In between every corner, every 2 stitches, each round, there will be another stitch in the middle. Okay? Because that's what, in the corner spaces, that's what happens. If that makes sense at all. But I hope you're starting to get the pattern now. It's kind of like really repetitive. I think by the 3rd round, you'll really get it. And if you're waiting to do the chunky yarn, it's gonna come soon, okay? Right after I'm done this one. You can skip to it. You probably already did. There's probably no people doing chunky yarn watching this. But now to make our corner, since we're in the corner space, we are gonna chain 2. 1, 2. I am gonna start to speed up a bit since you can go back in the tutorial, especially in the first round is when. And we're gonna do another 3 double crochet clusters. We do 2 double crochet 3 clusters in the corner space separated by a chain of 2. So we're gonna yarn over, insert, yarn over. We're gonna have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1. We're gonna yarn over, insert into that corner space, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 2 out of the 3 double crochets we need to make. We're going to yarn over, we're going to insert into that corner space one last time, and we're going to pull up through, and we're going to pull through 2, pull through 2. And now we have 3 holes made. We have 2 corner spaces, 1 middle space. I'll show you what to do with the middle spaces next round, but now, can you guess how we get to this corner space? Is it A, just do a double crochet and get there? B, chain 2, then do a double crochet? Or C, chain 3, C, chain 1, and then do a double crochet 3 cluster? If you pick C, you're right. We are going to chain 1, and then we are gonna yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, and we're gonna yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. And we are gonna be doing 3 double crochets there. Okay, so 2 more double crochets. Yarn over, insert into that corner space, yarn over, pull through 2 of those 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have 1 loop on your hook. We're gonna do 1 more double crochet before chaining 2. We're gonna yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. And now we are going to make our 3rd corner. We're gonna chain 2. Hopefully you know how to chain 2. I'm taking these long talking breaks, by the way, so you can have some time to catch up and the tutorial's not super speedy, because I hated speedy tutorials when I was a beginner. Now I'm just like, hell yeah, speedy tutorials, let's go. I'm gonna race this person whenever I'm watching a tutorial. But when I was a beginner, I hated it. I had to pause and rewind so much. So I'm trying to make sure you don't have to pause and rewind. You'll definitely probably have to rewind. I feel like every beginner would, and pause, because it would take me like 3-4 hours for my first granny square, and now I can pop them out in like 5-10 minutes. Probably less than that actually. I haven't timed myself in a while or made a granny square in a really long time. But yeah. So now that we've chained 2 and did 1 double crochet 3 cluster, we're gonna do 1 more double crochet 3 cluster. Okay, so you're gonna pull through 2, pull through 2. We're gonna yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. We're gonna pull through 2. Oops, I got a little bit of my tail there. Make sure to not crochet with your tail. Pull through. And then we're gonna travel to this corner space again, using the chain 1 to create this space. So we're gonna chain 1, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Then we're going to do 2 more double crochets in that corner, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. One more time, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now we're going to do 1 more corner stitch. We're going to chain 2. We're going to yarn over, pull through, just in case you somehow forgot how to do a chain. Remember, you just yarn over and pull through. Chaining is one of the easiest stitches to do. Trust me. Now we're going to do 3 more double crochet clusters in that stitch. We're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. If you get lost, by the way, it's really easy to remember where you are. That's 1 stitch, that's 2 stitch, that's 3 stitch. That's 1 stitch, 2 stitch. Oh, we need 1 more stitch. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now, to get to this area, you might be like, oh, we just slip stitch like we did last time. No, no we don't. We have to chain 1. And then we count our 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Now we're gonna go there. We're gonna have 2 little loops there where there you can see the V. Gonna pull through that loop, and then you're done 2 rounds of your granny square. Now we're gonna chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then we're gonna turn. We have 2 loops now. 2 rounds. We just chained 3 and we turned. Remember what we did? This is the back. We turn to the front. Okay? Make sure you turn to the front, or this is going to be kind of awkward for your stitches. But if you're using colorful yarn, just take a minute and admire how beautiful it is. Yeah, that, 2 seconds, that's a minute, is done. We are going to be doing 2 double crochets into the stitch, since our chain 3 counts as a double crochet. 1, 2. And now, since we're not in a corner space, we are going to chain 1 to travel to the corner space. We chained 1, now we're going to do 3 double crochets into that corner. I'm starting to speed up a bit because I'm sure I don't need to repeat each stitch 20 times anymore. I wasn't doing it 20 times, but I'm sure you guys are starting to get a hang of the pattern. If not, you can go back and watch it and, just keep up on your stitches. But the pattern to make the granny square is pretty repetitive. So we're going to chain 2 since we're in the corner. And then we're going to do 3 more double crochets into this corner. Okay, so there's 1. And here is 2. And here is 3. There we go. And each round does take longer than the other because there is more stitches because we're increasing. So, it makes more stitches. And we're going to chain 1, by the way, in this space. And then we're going to do a 3 double crochet cluster. Okay? We're inserting there. We're only doing 3 stitches here. This isn't a corner, so we're only doing 3 stitches here, like we did over here. Now we're going to chain 1, because we're not making a corner. We're just, making the little squares. We're going to insert in the corner, and we're going to do 3 double crochets. My favorite part about making granny squares is that they're so repetitive, and there's such a variety of things you can make with them. We're going to chain 2 for our corner now, and then make 3 more double crochets into that corner. There's such a variety of things you can make with them. You can make blankets, bags, quite literally anything. Slippers, socks, pillows, hats. They're so versatile. So I think it's a great thing to make. I think it's a great beginner project, and it also helps you get used to the stitches. I don't recommend like making a huge single crochet blanket though. Like if you're that excited about knowing how to do a stitch, don't do that. Maybe make a granny square blanket. Even that would be a lot easier. Now we're gonna chain 1 since we're not in the corner and we're just traveling to that box. So remember, chain 1, and then we're gonna do 3 more double crochets in there. And then since we're traveling to the corner, not working in the corner, we're traveling to the corner. We're gonna chain 1, and now we're gonna work in the corner after we chained our 1. And we're gonna insert, pull up a loop, and do 3 double crochets. Okay, I just realized I'm going a little fast. I'm trying to go slow. Just so you can also slow down the video. You know, you don't have to listen to my annoying voice talk so much. You can slow down the video. And we're chaining 2, by the way. Sorry, I'm getting too carried away with me just talking. We're gonna do 3 more double crochets in that corner. You can slow down the video and mute me, you know, and just follow the actions. You know, my voice does help you kind of do the square though, so I do recommend just watching. But yeah, and oh, I only did 2 stitches. 1, 2. That's okay, we can just do another stitch, you know, it's all good. And then we're gonna chain 1 to get to that spot. 1, 2, 3. If I am going too fast to you, really feel free to go back in the tutorial. I'm probably going too fast for a lot of people, especially if you are a beginner and this is your first project. You're still probably having a hard time holding the yarn. I've taught multiple friends and family how to make granny squares. It's all taken them a very long time, even when I'm going super slow. So I'm gonna say with a clear head that I'm probably going too fast for a lot of you guys, and you guys are gonna have to pause and go back and re-watch the steps. You know, I can almost guarantee at least like 50% of the beginners that watch this are gonna have trouble. After I did the 3 double crochet clusters there, I chained 1, and now I'm doing 3 in the corner stitch. Okay. Now that I've done 3 there, I'm gonna chain 2, not 1, 2, because we're gonna be doing another 3 clusters in here. 1, 2, 3. And look, we're almost done our 3rd round of our granny square. I hope yours looks something like mine, or at least the holes are counting up. So we are gonna do a slip stitch now. This is one of the stitches I'm repeating the least. So we only have to do this like 4 times total. So we're gonna count the stitches, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna right in there, boom. And then remember, we're gonna grab yarn, pull through. We're not gonna grab any more yarn. We're gonna pull through there though. Okay, now we're gonna count the amount of little boxes we have on the outer row just to make sure it matches up. So mine has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 2 in each middle, and I have 4 corners. Okay, so yeah. So that's how many you should have. You know, I hope you have that same amount, or, you know, let's just hope you have the same amount. You know, you could keep going, you could fix your mistake. I'm not one to judge, but if you've been following along and going back in the tutorial and following, you know, what I'm doing, you should be where you are. Now we're gonna chain 3 after doing that slip stitch, and we're gonna turn our work so we're looking at the back. Okay, we're gonna yarn over, insert into that space. We're gonna pull through, we're gonna yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Since this is the first box, we're only gonna be doing 2 double crochets here, and then we're gonna chain 1, and we're going to yarn over, insert, pull through, pull through, pull through. We're going to be doing 2 more double crochets in this corner space. Yarn over, pull through, pull through. The pattern does get really repetitive. I'm sure at least some of you guys have caught on onto what we're doing now. I hope I'm being clear enough with everything. I could not be though, but I say I should be doing pretty good. I'm gonna chain 2 after that, and then we're gonna do 3 more double crochets into that corner. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now we have our first out of 4 corners made. We only have 3 more corners to make until you're done making your first granny square. Isn't that exciting? Now we're going to chain 1 since we're going in this square. You can see now we have 2 of these squares. Not 1, not 0, we have 2. Because you can see how it's increasing. There's 1 double crochet out of the 3 cluster, 2 double crochet out of the double crochet 3 cluster, and 3 double crochet. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to go into that square, grab up a loop, and we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 more double crochets. We're about to go in our corner. We're still going to chain 1 though, since we're not already working into our corner. We're going to yarn over, insert, and we're going to do 3 double crochets. I know I'm definitely going too fast for some of you guys. That's okay, because you guys can go back in the video. I'm making sure I mention this lots. Pause the video if you know the stitches. Go back in the video if you forgot the stitches, or slow it down and watch me do the stitches. We're going to chain 2 now after doing those 3 double crochets. We're going to be doing 3 more, and they're 1, 2, 3. Now we've made 3 more double crochets. We're 2 corners done out of 3. Out of 4. I clearly don't know how to count. We're 2 out of 4 corners done for your first, maybe first granny square. Your first granny square that we're making together. Possibly. Or you already made one and you're coming back to this tutorial, because why wouldn't you? We're going to do, after chaining 1, we're going to do 3 more double crochets into this space. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to be doing 3 more double crochets into this space. 1. My yarn stuck. 3. And now we are about to go into our 3rd corner, and we are going to chain 1. Wow, why did I sound so unsure about that? We're going to insert into that corner, and we're going to do another 3 double crochet cluster. 1, 2, 3. Now we are going to chain 2 to form that corner, and we're going to yarn over, insert, and we're going to do 3 double crochet clusters. So we'll have a total of 6 double crochets in this corner, and then 2 chains separating them, which I'm sure by now you probably know if you've gotten this far in the granny square. Now we're going to chain 1. We're going to be doing 3 double crochets into the next opening. 2, 3. Now you have, you're basically done. Like, look at how close we are. We have 1 little area left. Isn't that so exciting? We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 3 more double crochets into this place. On the 4th round, you should be doing 2 double crochet clusters in between each corner, because you have corner, 1, 2, corner. See, 2 double crochets in each of these holes. Now you're gonna chain 1 again. We're gonna go to the corner. We are gonna insert, pull up a loop. We're gonna do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna chain 2. It's our last chain 2. Isn't that exciting? And then we are gonna yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1 out of 3. We yarn over, pull through 2, pull up 2, 2 out of 3, yarn over, pull up, pull through 2, pull through 3. Yay! We've made all 4 corners. Now we just need to do the last double crochet 3 cluster and slip stitch and fasten off. Okay, so now we are going to chain 1. We're going to insert right there 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to chain 1 last time, and we're going to count our chains at the beginning. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to insert right there, and we're going to be doing a slip stitch. We're going to yarn over, pull through, and then we'll have 2 loops. We're going to grab the closest one, pull it through that loop, and you have your granny square. Look at that. I don't know what project you're gonna make with your granny square. If you're just making your granny square, I just made a granny square for my first project. I thought it was a nice beginner project. I still have it. I did nothing with it. But if you want to keep going and make your granny square bigger to make a hat or potentially a blanket, it's a super repetitive pattern, and you just continue and continue and continue. Now I'm going to teach you how to fasten it off and weave in your ends. So you're going to need scissors or whatever you have, any scissors in the house. You can rip it, I don't recommend, or a knife. I also don't recommend. You should have scissors in your knife. In your house. What you're going to do, so you're going to pull it out, make sure it's long enough so you can do it. You are going to go right there and you're just going to cut it. Snip. Oh, I didn't cut it. Oh my gosh, wait, I'm so blind. You're gonna go there and you are going to cut it. And there we go. And then you're gonna grab this loop and you're just gonna pull it. Then after it's through, you're gonna pull it one more time really tight. And look, it's detached from the yarn. So now the yarn, you're free to use the yarn for other projects or to make more granny squares if you have enough. So now I'm going to be teaching you how to weave in your ends, how I personally weave in my ends. I think I'm pretty good at weaving ends. You know, I've had no projects unravel on me with this weapon with this method is what I mean. I'm going to be starting off weaving in this center granny square. I use the same method for all of them. So what I'm going to do, I am going to, make the X thing like we do with the slip knot, and I'm going to insert. So I'm going to be tying a knot. I am going to be tying 2 knots right there, just at the beginning. I always like to double knot. My knot is stuck because this is a knot I made earlier when I was showing you guys how to make a slip knot, attach the yarn to your hook. Now you're gonna go grab a hook. Actually, we should size down on our hook for this. 1 second. I'm gonna size down on my hook because it does make it that much easier. So I'm sizing down to a 3.5 millimeter hook for this to take the yarn through. So you see the little loops at the back. You're gonna go there under them, and then you're gonna grab your yarn with your hook and you're gonna pull it through like you're weaving it in. It's a little harder for me because I have this knot. I hope you don't have a knot. That will make it harder for you, but you are just gonna go under some of those loops and pull it through. that will help prevent it from unraveling. We're going to go under the loop, and then you are going to pull it through. Okay, one more time. You're going to go under the loop, and then you're going to pull it through. Okay? Now I am going to be yarn over, pulling it through, but I'm not going to be pulling it all the way through. I'm just going to make that little loop. It will help if your tail's longer than mine. But what can you do? And I am going to tie a knot like that. And I'm going to knot it one more time, since I don't really have enough yarn. Well, I didn't knot it good. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it off. That should not unravel whatsoever. If it unravels, you did not do it well. But look, now you have one less, and then you're going to repeat that step for weaving in this last one. That you weaved in your ends, you have your first granny square. This granny square has a total of 4 rounds. You're able to check the amount of rounds you've done by counting little boxes. So you start in the middle box right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count it if it's like an open box too. You know, they're all boxes, but that's a total of 4 rounds for a granny square. Depending what yarn weight and hook size you use, your granny square will be bigger or smaller. This is quite a small granny square. I did pick quite thin yarn for this tutorial. I knew I should pick thicker yarn, but that is why I'm also going to be teaching you guys how to make a granny square with chunky yarn. Oh, you cannot see that. With chunky yarn. For the chunky yarn, this is not going to be as in-depth as the worsted weight, but I'm still going to try to be pretty in-depth. I'm still going to walk you through all the steps. I'm still going to show you the stitches, but I'm not going to be as in-depth, repeating everything a million times for this one. Now I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a granny square with the chunky yarn, plush yarn. This yarn is used a lot for plushies, but if you made a blanket with it, I think it would be really soft. I haven't made one personally, but I should, because the texture of this yarn is just amazing. I am going to be using a 6mm hook to show you guys how to do this. Feel free to use a bigger hook. I don't recommend a smaller hook right now. You won't be able to see your stitches that well, but I do think a 6 is a pretty good in-between. We're going to be doing about the same thing as the worsted weight. So we can start with the slip knot, the X method, or we can start with the twist method to make my favorite granny square. And you can start with the magic ring. I really don't recommend this. It's even worse with the plush yarn. You know, you yarn over, make sure you have a long enough tail. You yarn over, and then yarn over again, and you make the X, and then you're gonna go under. Oh, sorry, it's just so hard to do with the plush yarn for me because I don't make magic rings with it a lot. I don't think I've ever actually, but you're gonna make the X, and then you're gonna go under the first loop, over the second, and then you're gonna twist, and then you're gonna chain 1 to secure it, and then you are going to do whatever in the magic ring and then tighten it. I'm not doing that though. I am going to be doing the chain 4 method for my granny square. So I am going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you are going to yarn over, pull through. Don't forget that for each chain. With the plush yarn, I'm more open to using every stitch, you know. So we're going to insert into the first one. Oh my gosh. Why is it blurry? We are going to insert into the first chain we made. We're going to yarn over, we're going to pull through. It helps to grab the yarn to take it over. I find that with beginners. And then we are going to chain. We are going to after making that, I'm so like out of it right now. So we have our circle. You can see the hole right there. It's definitely easier to find with plush yarn, I find. That is a plus about it. We are going to chain 3 right now to start our magic ring. To start our round 1 of our granny square. 1, 2, 3, and you can see the length that builds from there. So we are going to be doing 2 double crochets into there. To do a double crochet, you yarn over, you're going to find the stitch, you're going to insert, you're going to pull through. You're going to have a total of 3 of the loops on your hook, and you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and you're going to do that one more time into the same loop, okay? You're going to yarn over, insert, pull through. You're going to have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, okay? And now we are going to be chaining 2 after doing our 2 double crochets and chain 3. The chain 3 does count as a double crochet though on the first stitches of a round. So you only do 2. We are going to chain 2 now. Yarn over, pull through that first loop, yarn over, pull through that first loop. Now we are going to be doing 3 more double crochets into there. We're going to yarn over, insert into that hole. We're going to pull up a loop through it, and we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, awesome. We're going to yarn over one more time now. Yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. And then we have 1 more double crochet. You can see the corner there. It is a little harder to see your stitches in some projects when using this yarn. I feel like granny squares are really easy though. I feel like it's like one of the easiest things to see your stitches with when working with the plush yarn, because you just, it's just a hole there. Like, it's so easy to identify, in my opinion. So we're going to do 1 more double crochet in that stitch. So we're going to yarn over, which will give us 2 loops. We're going to insert, pull through. We're going to have 3 loops total on our hook. And we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have a total of 3 double crochets there, 1 corner done. Now we are going to chain 2. 1, yarn over, pull through. Now we have 2. That is going to help us form our next corner when we go to do our next 3 double crochet cluster. Now don't lose this hole. As you go on, this hole is going to be a lot easier to find, but don't lose the hole. We're going to yarn over now, insert into that hole. We're going to pull through. We're going to have 3 loops. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2 of them, pull through 2. You can see the corner now. Look, you pretty much have half of your square now done. You can see the 2 holes. Now we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, and we're going to yarn over, pull through 2 out of those 3. We'll have 2. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2 of those 3. So now we're going to have 2 double crochets total there. We need 1 more to complete our cluster of 3. We're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. By the way, I know I'm going really, really fast. I feel like I'm going a lot faster for the plush yarn and the worsted weight yarn, because this is just kinda, I'm trying to be in depth with this, but for the plush yarn, this is just, you know, I recommend watching the worsted weight first. I'm pretty sure I made that pretty clear. This is just for after, if you want to make it with plush yarn as well. You know, you can do either though. It is for my specific tutorial. You can literally follow the worsted weight one and just do it with plush yarn. I'm just showing you what it looks like with plush yarn, if that makes sense at all. You know, now we're gonna chain 2 for our second last time for this round, and we're gonna yarn over, insert into that same stitch we've been inserting into. You're gonna pull up a loop. You'll have 3 on your hook. You're gonna pull through 2, pull through 2, and we're gonna yarn over, insert, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, 1 more, yarn over, pull through 2. We're gonna have 3 now. I mean, not pull through 2, sorry, I'm way ahead of myself. Pull through 2, pull through 2. Now we pull through 2, and you can see each of the 3, oh my gosh, sorry. You can see each of the 3 holes. So now we are going to chain 2 one last time, and we are gonna slip stitch. It's gonna be a little harder to find where you slip stitch here. I kind of just feel, and I feel the chain 3 right there. So I'm gonna insert right there, and I'm going to, boom, slip stitch. Now we have 1 round out of 2 rounds this done. I am only gonna be doing 2 rounds of the plush yarn. I know the worsted weight one had 4 rounds, but you know, I only want to do 2 rounds for this one. That's okay. So now we're gonna chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now that we've chained 3, we're gonna turn our work. We're gonna turn it to the back. After every round, you turn it, so then you see the back. So now we're gonna be doing 3 double crochet clusters into this corner space, not into the middle, into the corner space. We're gonna yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. We're gonna have 3 loops. We're gonna pull through 2 of those, pull through 2. We're only gonna be doing 1 more double crochet because we chained 3 here. So we're gonna yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. And now we're gonna chain 2. And that is gonna form our corner like we were doing before. Now we're gonna yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. We're gonna be doing 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now you have 1 corner done on your second round. Now we are going to chain 1, not 2, only chain 1 to get to the next corner. And you yarn over, insert into that corner space, pull up a loop, and we're going to be doing 3 double crochets, and that's into this space. That is 1, that is 2, and then that is 3 double crochets you've done. Now we are going to be chaining 2 one last time in this corner. Well, we've only done it 1 time, so 1 time in this corner to form the corner. If that makes sense at all. 1, 2, and 3. Now you have 2 out of your 4 corners formed, and you can see the size difference in between the 2 squares. Like, this is the exact same pattern, just different yarn and hook size. This is only 2 rounds. This is 4 rounds. And look at the size difference By the time this is done, there's 2 rounds of this square is going to be as big as the 4 rounds on this square we've done. Look at that. It's almost a perfect fit. Okay, so now we are just going to chain 1 to travel over to our next corner. We are going to be doing 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry if this isn't so clear. Please refer back to the tutorial for this square. You know, just go back a bit in the video if you get confused. I'm sorry. So now we are going to be chaining 2 for this corner. Remember, yarn over, pull through, and we're going to be doing 3 double crochets. 1, insert, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Also, feel free to pause the video. For like the 7th time I've said that, feel very free to pause the video if I'm going too fast for you. Probably am, but you know, just feel free to pause the video. Just want to remind you that it's okay to pause the video. I know people who started crocheting and they hated pausing the video so much that they just quit crocheting altogether, and I was like, what? No, please, you were my crochet friend, please. So yeah, after I like forced them to learn crochet, now we're gonna chain 1 to get to our last corner. Yay! I'm gonna chain 1, insert. We're gonna be doing 3 double crochets before the next step, okay? 1, 2, 3. So now we're gonna chain 2 one last time to finish this corner. And then these are our last 3 double crochets of the whole square. Unless you keep going, you know, you make a huge blanket out of this, and that would be really cool and really, really soft. 2 and 3. Now we are going to chain 1, and then we are going to be slip stitching into the top of this round. Okay, so I chained 1. I'm going to slip stitch right there. Oh my gosh, my hook fell off. Yikes. Luckily the loop didn't go back and I didn't have to repeat any stitches. But I'm just going to insert. That was totally my bad. Don't lose your hook like me. That's like, what, the 2nd time I've done it in this tutorial? Okay, now remember, we're going to pull up, make sure our tail's long enough to weave in, sew in, whatever you do. Can't sew it into crochet. You're going to be signing up for sewing eventually. Trust me. And then, look, we have our square. I'll be right back. Let me go weave in the ends. And the ends are weaved in. And can you see the difference between these 2 squares? This one only has 2 rows, while this one has 4 rows, and they're quite literally the same size. Like, they're the same size squares, and this one has double the amount of rows as this one. That can show you the difference size of yarn and hook can make. If you're trying to make a really small, cute plushie, don't use a really big hook and yarn. That will throw you off a lot. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. I hope I was clear enough in teaching you it, and I hope you made some cute granny squares. Let me know down in the comments what you are gonna make with your granny squares and how it went. If you want any other tutorials, tell me. Let me know. Just leave a comment. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and have an amazing day.